Hi guys, my name's Matt, welcome back to another episode of the Armourer's Bench. I recently came across an interesting segment in a January 1945 US Army Combat Bulletin newsreel. It showed men of B Company of the 238th Combat Engineers setting up improvised anti-tank mines in Belgium. The mines were fashioned from bazooka rockets. This is a relatively little known application for the US Army's 2.36-inch bazooka rockets, but a really interesting field expediency. The footage shows engineers cutting down the cardboard tubes that the bazooka's rockets were carried in and attaching them to a fence post, essentially setting up an off-route mine, or IED. The engineers run a wire back to some cover and remotely detonate the rocket with some batteries. While this seems quite ad hoc, it was actually a secondary use for the rocket launcher's ammunition. This was laid down in the bazooka's 1944 Basic Field Manual. It doesn't appear in the 1943 Technical Manual for the M1A1 launcher, but the 1944 manual explains that, in addition to its use as a projectile when fired from the launcher, the rocket may be prepared for firing electronically and used as an improvised anti-tank mine. This improvised method of use was also demonstrated in a training film for the rocket launcher. A bazooka team are seen digging a pit in a road and burying a rocket in a makeshift launcher, just as laid down in the manual. The training film explains it best.
You can use it as an anti-tank mine. First, pick out the spot where you want to plant it and dig a hole. Use the container as a guide for the rocket. Punch a hole through the bottom. Then run wires through it. Ordinary twisted field telephone wire will do. Attach one wire to the wire leading to the brass contact ring on the nose. Attach the other to the unpainted notch of one of the fins. Then remove the safety pin and plug. It's loaded now, so be careful. Slide the rocket back in the container with the nose pointing out. Keep the contacts from fouling and place the carton in the hole. Lead the wires outside the hole to a concealed position. Pack dirt around the carton. Be sure to remove the excess dirt. The next step is camouflage. You can cover traces of your work with a branch, like this. The dry cell battery from the launcher is powerful enough for this job. Close your circuit when you want to fire. And the tank will never know what hit it. Here's another trick. Bury the rocket horizontally in the side of a cut or bank like this. Use the dry cell battery as before. And one more tank crew will be singing "Show Me the Way to Go Home."
The 238th Combat Engineer Battalion fought in the Battle of the Bulge and received a commendation from Major General Matthew B. Ridgway, commander of the 18th Airborne Corps, for helping to establish a line of defence against the German offensive. The commendation read, The work of the 238th Engineer Combat Battalion in the construction of the initial barrier in the vicinity of Manhay was outstanding and materially assisted the Corps in holding off the attack of the enemy in the area. Whether this technique of improvising a mine from the rockets was used during the battle is unclear, but it certainly seems possible, as the bulletin which the footage is taken from is highlighting some of the ad hoc weaponry and equipment used during the battle, including, amongst other things, a captured 20mm cannon, which the Germans had originally taken over from the Italians. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting. It's always fascinating to see suggestions from manuals and training films put into action in the field, so I was excited to come across this really cool footage. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't already. Please do share the videos with friends, and if you'd like to, you can support us via Patreon. Patrons get early access to our videos and can also pick up some great thank you perks, including our stickers, postcards, and a copy of the Tab Advanced Combat Rifle colouring book. Thanks again for watching. Catch you next time.